Boss K on Instagram, and today we'll be going over 15 tips for new traders. So let's get into it. So you guys, let's get into tip number one. Tip number one is always use a stop loss, you guys. So as you know, in traditional Forex, you have a stop loss and a take profit. If your trade goes the opposite way than you expect it to go, you do not want the market to take all of your money. So make sure you have that stop loss set there so that you don't lose $200. You just lose 10 instead. Okay? Let's go to tip number two. Tip number two is control your emotions. While you're trading, you're going to see that the market goes into the negative. Even if it's high frequency Forex, it does go above the line at times. You guys, when the market goes the opposite way that you're predicting, please be patient with it, okay? That's also a tip on here. But we're going to elaborate on that in a minute. But listen, you guys, control your emotions. Don't pull out the trade just because it's going the opposite way. For now. Things can change, and next thing you know, you $70 in profit because you kept it in there and you controlled your emotions, okay? Let's go to tip number three. Tip number three is always check the news first. You guys, the news does determine what's going to happen with the market, you guys, okay? So let's say Trump says, I don't know, let's just say he says something negative. If he says something negative, the USD is most likely going to drop. So if you're trading with a USD base pair, you don't want to buy when the market is most likely going to sell in that pair, okay? So, check the news first. Figure out what's going on before you put in a trade, all right? Next is don't risk more than 2% of your trading account. So, if you have $10 in your trading account, don't risk more than 20 cents. I think that's 2%. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's 2%. Yeah. So don't risk too much of your trading account. That's why we always say start with like $50 so that you have some room to like wiggle a little bit. Because $10, you can't really trade as much money as you can. With the more you trade, the more money you put in, the more you can make, as we know. So just be aware of that and don't risk more than 2%. I don't know if that's the greater than or less than sign, but don't risk more than 2%. It just couldn't fit right there. So I'm not bad at math, by the way. I made almost all straight A's in math in school. So stop trying it. Anyway, let's keep going. Number 5, mark up your charts, you guys. This is part of chart analysis, you guys. Mark up your charts. Figure out if it's like a certain pattern going on, or figure out like what, I don't know. Just figure out if it's bullish or bearish, or if a pendant is coming, or if any pattern is showing up, so that you can know how to trade. Because if you have if you have a triple top and then you're buying, like, what are you doing? Like, nah, pimp player, that's not what's going on right there. You want to make sure you're selling, right? Make sure you mark up your chart so that when a trade happens, you can know which way you're supposed to be going, right? Next. Candlestick patterns. It's important to know your candlestick patterns, you guys. When you know candlestick patterns, you can make better predictions within the market. Let's say that you're in a bullish trend, right? But those candlesticks can actually show you that you're about to flip over to bearish, right? So instead of buying, you're actually going to be looking for sales instead. It's important to know them because you don't want to get in a trade and go the wrong way, right? Next, we have ask questions. If you have mentors, if you're with IM, of course you're going to have a mentor upline. Hopefully they're there for you if you chose the right team. So ask questions to whoever you got to ask questions to. If your mentor is Google, type that bit in, y'all. Type it in. Type it in. Ask your questions. Don't get held back because you have questions that you didn't ask. Even if it's stupid, go ahead and ask. And yeah, there could be a big difference between you making $100 in the market instead of you losing $200, you know? Positive is always better than negative. And if you ask questions, you can be positive. So, let's keep going. Tip number 8, don't trade when sad or mad. When you're sad or mad, your mind doesn't have as much clarity. So, when you're trading, you want to make sure you have that mental clarity as much as possible. We never know 100% what's going to happen in the market. But if you can predict whatever you can predict, that would be excellent, and it'll be just a great setup. But when you're sad or mad, your mind is just like do. And you can't fully focus on what you need to do. And next thing you know, you put in a sale when it's buying. That's foolishness. We don't want to do that. Next, we have pip counts, right? So let's say somebody calls out a trade and you're supposed to be buying for 70 pips and you put in 7 pips. Now you got 7 cents instead of $7 or $7 instead of 70 or 70 instead of 700. We're trying to maximize profit within the market. It's a $7 trillion market, almost 7 trillion, $6.6 trillion market. And we want to make sure that we're able to trade as much money as possible. But if you don't know your pip count, how you gonna know where to put your stop loss or your take profit, right? How you gonna know? You're not gonna know. Make sure when you trade in Japanese yen, you want to know, like, it's different than the euro/USD. Japanese yen versus USD is different from euro versus USD. So make sure, that was a lot, but make sure you know your pip count, because then you, like, know where you need to put everything. You know how much you're trying to make, right? Next is have a trading plan. In high frequency forex and in traditional forex, it's important to have a trading plan. If you don't have a trading plan, that's an issue. I didn't have a trading plan for either one of them at first, but then, well, I had one, but I didn't use it. Have one, use one, and make as much as possible, because you always want to have an aim, a goal in whatever you do, especially when you're in the market, so that you're not just throwing money out there and getting it back some random number, okay? You want to make sure that you know what you're doing, and you want to make sure you know how to properly compound your account. A trading plan shows you that. Next, we have don't overtrade. So like I said before, don't risk more than 2% of your account. If you have 4 trades in, they should not be over 2% of your account, right? Don't just keep trading and keep trading and keep trading and keep trading and losing all your money. That's not the goal. That's the purpose of a trading plan and proper risk management, which is basically what half of this is about. Okay? Next, don't trade your essential money. If you know that you have child care needs, like if you need money for your child, don't put that in your trading account. If you need money for your food, don't put it in your trading account. If you need the lights on in your house, if you prefer to have the lights on than the lights out, don't use that money in your trading account. Put $10 to $50, preferably $50. Put $10 to $50 on the side so you can put it in your trading account. But don't trade with the money you need to buy your baby diapers or to buy your lunch or whatever, or for your gas. Like, you gotta get to work, honey, or for your Breeze card. For my MARTA users out there, or whatever bus y'all have, wherever you are. Y'all know I live in Metro Atlanta, so it's like the MARTA bus. But yes, you guys, let's keep going. Next we have don't revenge trade. So we all lose money in the market, but it's important to not try to fight the market, right? Revenge trading is when you lose money and then you try to just like keep putting in trades so that you can gain your money back. And usually you're risking more than 2% of your account. And usually you're not marking up your charts and analyzing them when you're doing this, you guys. You're trading with anger. That means you're also trading with mad. And you're just messing up on all the tips. Don't do that. Don't revenge trade. If you're going to get your money back and if it's meant for you, it's meant for you, you guys. Every time you lose a trade, you should learn a lesson. Don't try to revenge trade to get all your money back, because that's not how this works, you guys. Okay? The market will eat you up and your money up. Next thing you know, you got a blown account. Don't revenge trade. Next, don't put in opposite trades after losing a trade, right? Like I said, all trades should be lessons, positive or negative, right? So, if you put in a trade and you expect it to buy and it sells, don't go back in that trade with a sell. Unless you know for a fact, after analyzing, you're never going to be like 100% sure, like I said. But after analyzing, you should figure out, hey, maybe I should put a buyback in because that was just a pullback, which is like when it retraces a little and then it goes back up or back down. But it could just be a pullback, or it could actually be going the opposite way. Usually if you know your candlestick patterns, these all tie in together, then you should be good and you should really know what's going on. But if you don't just get back in there. Don't just hop back in because you probably mad because you lost your money. Anger again. Don't just go back in there without knowing, okay? Make sure you analyze. And finally, 15th and final. Be patient with the market, y'all. Be patient with making money. Be patient with your trading plan. It's a plan. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Don't be one of those people. You have a trading plan. Stick to it. Be patient with it. Be patient with the market. Don't pull out the trades. Don't be emotional. It's money. It's a $7 trillion market almost. Like, it's pure money. Follow these instructions. This is not going to be the only time you hear these. Even if you haven't heard all of these, you're going to hear most of these, okay? Also, you're going to hear the trend is your friend. Everybody say that, and that's facts. But your candlestick patterns are too. So make sure you're just paying attention in these charts, y'all. For real, for real. Make sure you're following these steps, and you should be good, you guys. So with that being said, thank you for checking out this video. Make sure y'all have all of these written down, screenshot, something. Don't mess up on these markets because you didn't listen to simple rules. Don't be hard-headed. But yes, thank you for checking out this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. And I'll see y'all next video. Y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it, if you enjoyed it, if you got some knowledge or something. And yeah, I'll see y'all next video.